Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
107.7 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
What's going on, dude?
Not a whole lot getting through this work week, man.
Yeah, we're halfway there.
Yes,
everyone
we
else
are.
is too, for the most part. And yeah, I think we're all pretty well ready for the weekend. Have you had the opportunity to go out and see the comet yet? Since it's visible, do you know about the comet?
I do not know about the comet.
So I'm going to butcher the name of this comet, Tsuchinshan Atlas comet. It is visible for this week.
Nailed it.
Thanks. The comet you did not know was a thing.
Yes.
If you go out and you have a clear view, I believe it's to the west. But you have a clear view right at sunset, basically. You can kind of see the comet with your naked eye over the horizon. And it's going to get fainter by the day because it's, going away from us now at this point.
Right.
But if you get a good look at dusk, like you should be able to see the comet with your naked eye and take some photos and stuff. It's really cool.
Is this the one that's been floating around Earth for a couple of weeks?
No, that's
the mini moon.
That's totally different. That's our mini moon.
Gotcha.
We just have a second moon now. So, man, I didn't even think about that. So yeah, we have a comet right now that we can see up in the sky.
Very cool.
And I've been thinking about this. I was talking to my buddy the other day who he's Native American, so like he still has a lot of the indigenous mentalities, and he talks about like Mother Earth and a lot of the real life things that happen in nature and space and whatnot that a lot of the tribes would see as signs in the past. And he's like, do you realize in just a matter of months we've seen now a comet, an insane display by the Northern Lights. We have a mini moon. There have been 2 hurricanes.
Yeah.
We are having actual fall weather in fall now. Is Mother Nature trying to tell us something? Or is Mother Nature screaming at us about something?
I don't know, but at 8:00, I might ruin your hopes of fall being fall.
Oh, no. Are you serious, man?
That's all I'm going to say for now.
All right. Do I need to break out the shorts or the boots or what are we talking here? What weather system are we considering?
You will find out, but I wouldn't wear shorts.
I wear shorts all the time, man. I was that kid in college. Like it would snow 6 inches outside. I'd be wearing a hoodie and shorts and boots. Yeah, I was the weird kid. I was sick a lot too. Wait a minute.
Booze makes you feel warm.
That's very true.
107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
There's an urban legend, not directly tied to Michigan, but one that a lot of people in the state use to gauge how bad our winter will be, that's confused people and question whether or not people are stretching a bit too far to look into the future.
Okay.
We mentioned the Farmer's Almanac. It's got a pretty good success rate.
We also got a correction on our messages yesterday from our good friend Stephanie. Overall, 52% accuracy from Farmer's Almanac, but 80% in Michigan.
Yes.
Which I don't know how accurate
I'm not concerned about overall. I'm concerned about my state.
That's fair enough, yeah.
But shouts to Stephanie for additional information there.
Yeah.
According to folklore, the amount of black on a woolly bear caterpillar in autumn varies proportionally with the severity of the coming winter in the locality where the caterpillar is found. That's right, folks. A caterpillar can now predict winter. The longer the woolly bear's black bands, apparently the longer, colder, snowier, and severe the winter will be. Similarly, the wider the middle brown band, it's associated with a milder upcoming winter. Now, the position of the longest dark bands supposedly indicate which part of winter will be coldest and hardest.
Okay.
If the head end of the caterpillar is dark, the beginning of winter will be severe. If the tail end is dark, the end of winter will be cold. These are the front and the back. And
Right.
in addition, the woolly bear caterpillar has 13 segments to its body, which traditionally forecasters say correspond to 13 weeks of winter.
God, people really stretch for this stuff now. We've seen a couple outside the building. Did you remember how much black was on them? Like, are we going to have a rough winter?
I did not measure.
Did you know which end was the head?
Well, yeah, I could kind of tell. I had to kind of poke it with a stick a little bit.
That's fair enough.
Well, we go into detail here on the 1077 RKR app, but basically, even though it's widely believed that the woolly bear caterpillar can predict the upcoming winter's severity, the truth is that the caterpillar can't predict what Old Man Winter has in store for us in the upcoming winter. The woolly bear's caterpillar's coloring is based on how long the caterpillar has been feeding. Also, its age and species feed into it.
Okay.
And so the better the growing season, the better it's going to grow. The results in narrower red-orange bands.
All right. I've heard enough on this.
What? What's your problem?
Well, okay. First, you try to convince me and you tell me the birds are real, which they're not. I have a sticker that proves it, okay? Now you're telling me that a caterpillar can predict the severity of the upcoming winter. Like, next thing you're going to tell me Punxsutawney Phil is a big old liar and he's full of it.
Yeah.
Are you telling me right now that Punxsutawney Phil's a liar?
It's groundhog.
You have ruined my week, Mark.
It's time to turn up your dials and tune out the traffic because we're playing the Daily 5 on the Rocker Morning Show. Testing the mental magnitude of your favorite morning monkeys on the radio. And now, your hosts for the Daily 5, Meatball and Mark Frank House.
It is the Daily 5 where Mark and I ask each other questions. The other one answers. Today, I'm asking the questions. Mark is answering. Mark, you have some help on the line today from Robin. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. Beautiful day.
Yes, it is. Robin, you got to help me get 3 out of 5 questions correct. If you do, we'll take the 2-1 lead. If not, Meatball will take the 2-1 lead.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. This has to do with games. The original colors for the game Twister were red, green, blue, and what? Was it yellow, black, or orange?
Gee, I'm old. I only remember yellow.
Yeah, same here. The fact that Meatball said original might be throwing us off a little bit, though.
I know. Original would be black, but that'd have been before my time.
Really?
Those are my votes. What do you think?
Do you like remember a Twister game with black spots?
Maybe in pictures.
Man, that is interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's either yellow or black. I think just sticking with yellow might be the way to go on this one.
That was my gut.
Okay, we'll go with Robin's gut. We'll say yellow, final answer.
Yellow, final answer. Has and always
Yes.
will be yellow. I was trying to trick you there. It didn't work.
Yep.
Great. All right.
That's how Meatball gets his kicks.
Yeah, well. All right. Question number 2. This is celebrities. Which celebrity singer and performer got her start as a backup dancer on the show In Living Color? Was it Shakira, Fergie, or Jennifer Lopez?
Lopez.
I think it's Fergie.
I don't know.
think
Robin was pretty confident there with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, but I think I've asked Meatball this question before.
Isn't she the only one old enough?
Well, that's interesting.
J-Lo? I think they're the same age. Jennifer Lopez. Have you heard that somewhere before?
No, I was just going with the age thing, basically. So
I feel like they're
you.
very
J-Lo's my
similar
guy.
ages. Man, I can't remember. I feel like I've asked this before.
Robin's gut telling her Jennifer Lopez. You're feeling, what'd you say, Fergie?
Yeah, Fergie.
Do you go with the gut or do you go with whatever you're going to come up with?
That's between me and Robin. I don't know. What are you thinking, Robin?
Up to you. You pick it.
I feel like it's Fergie only because I there's something in my head that's sticking out about that.
All right, I'll hang with you.
All right, let's ride with Fergie. Final answer.
Fergie, final answer. I don't know what question you thought you asked me. Wasn't that? It was Jennifer Lopez.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Always trust the Robin.
That's
Yep.
always trust a Robin's gut. All right, question number 3. This is food. Which mountain is depicted on the packaging for Toblerone chocolate? Is it Mount Everest, the Matterhorn, or Denali?
I don't know this one. I can see it.
Everest, Matterhorn.
Matterhorn. Uh-huh.
Matterhorn. I want to say
Or Denali.
Matterhorn, Robin.
Okay, I'll do it too. I think so too. It's kind of pointy.
Yeah. Okay, let's say Matterhorn. Final answer.
Matterhorn, final answer. It is in the Swiss Alps where Swiss chocolate is delicious. It is
Yummy.
the Matterhorn.
Oh, man.
That is it. All
All
right.
right, Robin. Should have listened to you on that last one. That's why I don't doubt you anymore.
Question number 4. We're going back to celebrities. What child actor says they stopped believing in Santa Claus when Santa once asked them for their autograph?
Ah,
Was it Macaulay Culkin, Shirley Temple, or Corey Feldman?
man, rule number 1, never stop believing in Santa.
Right.
You do
Nope.
that?
Never do.
Never.
With all the crap that poor Macaulay's been through, I hope it wasn't him, but that's what I'll go with.
Macaulay Culkin. He seems
Yeah.
like the flashy answer. But you know what? I doubted you once, and I won't doubt you again, Robin.
Oh, no.
Now the pressure's on.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. What are you feeling on this one, Robin?
Well, unless the reporter was interviewing Shirley in 1943, I don't think that'd be possible.
Yeah, maybe
So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still going to go with Macaulay.
though. Okay, we'll go with Macaulay Culkin. Final answer.
On record is saying she stopped believing in
I had a
Santa
feeling.
Claus
I had a
when
feeling.
Santa asked for her autograph. Yeah, Shirley Temple was the answer.
All right,
there.
let's get this last one, Robin.
Right. That's a hell of a way to be, figure that stuff out. That
Yeah.
sucks. All right, question number 5. This is science. Our sun is mostly composed of 2 primary elements. Which one of these is not a primary part of the sun's composition? Hydrogen, nitrogen, or helium?
So when hydrogen and nitrogen bond together, that's actually what makes up the sun. When the sun starts running out of that, it'll start fusing helium, which is going to make it expand. So helium, I believe, is the answer, Robin.
Okay, I'll go with
We'll go helium, final answer.
The 2 primary elements that make up the sun are hydrogen
and helium.
and helium. Yeah, nitrogen is the non-prime element that is in the sun, unfortunately.
I don't know
We'll double
about
check that,
And
but
helium.
I'm almost certain it's helium because I looked this up. But so I guess I get the point. Yeah.
All right, Meatball gets the point for the day and goes up 2-1. But either way, Robin, you are the winner. You got a pair of tickets to see the Jersey Boys at Farmers Alley Theater. Congratulations.
Fabulous. I can't wait to see it.
Well, you did an awesome job today, Robin.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
What 1077 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Fast is approaching Election Day, November 5th. And we're coming up on a voter registration deadline as well in Michigan. If you plan to vote early in Michigan, so vote by mail or online specifically, you actually have to have your ballot dated by the 21st of October. It's going to be postmarked and in the mail or submitted online by October 21st. That guarantees that your vote will be in time to be counted for the election. That's 15 days before the election day. Interestingly enough, that is the only real deadline for Michigan voters up until Election Day. If you lived in Michigan for more than 30 days and you can prove it, you can actually register day of at the polls, which is really cool.
Nice. Did you have anything like that back in Kansas?
No, we had to register like a minimum like a month before the election. It may have even been more in Oklahoma. Can't remember, but But yeah, if you weren't registered like a month before or something like that, you couldn't take part. And when I was living in Oklahoma, I missed actually my first possible presidential election because I hadn't registered yet. I was still in college. So like I got confused because I was living in the dorms. I didn't know which state, to register in, Oklahoma or Kansas. So I just didn't vote that year. But yeah, Michigan's really lucky that people can still register the day of. So that's fantastic.
So if you still need to get registered, where do people need to go? Like, what do they need?
So I put together some tips, some links and stuff, how you can get registered on the website, WRKR.com. Also on the 107.7 RKR app, you can get it there. I would recommend, if you still want to vote early, to get registered now, which you can do online as well. Also, side note, if you have moved since the last election, you should probably get that updated as well. In fact, I need to do that so I can vote this year because I'm a responsible adult now. Because back in college, we've talked about my shenanigans before, and it's funny you brought up my drinking days back in college earlier this morning. Hindsight, that election year that I missed, I'd pretty much just turned 18. I was about to turn 19. I was not in the right state of mind to be a good voter at that time. If the poll workers were good poll workers, they would have turned me away because I was a functioning alcoholic at that time of my life. It would not have been good. Had they let me in, though, the state of Oklahoma would have seen a single write-in vote for Turd Ferguson for president.
And does Oklahoma even allow write-ins?
I don't believe they do.
107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
Well, it's official, people. We can now say it's snowing in Michigan.
No!
This is the big difference between trolls and youpers. We always have a slight fear that down here in the Lower Peninsula, we're going to see snow before November, which was the case for 2023 when West Michigan got its first accumulating snowfall. I think that was on Halloween.
Yeah, it was. I was here.
Yeah, I know it snowed on Halloween. That may have been our first accumulation. But in the UP, things obviously get kicked off a little early. That's the case for Marquette County. As on Tuesday, it was October 15th.
Yep.
They recorded their first accumulating snowfall, according to the Michigan Storm Chasers, which you can view now on the 107.7 RKR app. I'll tell you what, man, the Yoopers, they're a different breed up there. Most of us down here would be freaking out. We'd be pissed off. In the UP, the early snowfall is welcomed in. Probably because it means all the tourists and the trolls are going to be leaving.
Do we know how much they got, or is it just enough to cover the ground?
It's up here on the 107.7 RKR app. We go into a little bit more detail. Very, very few, but it was 0.10 inches, which is good enough to be accumulating.
Yeah, you can measure it.
The thing is the Yoopers, like I said, they're embracing it, man. One woman, Sandy, said, my husband works for Kalita in Oscoda, and said when he came home at 1 a.m., they had pretty good snow shower at the airport. And another guy, Travis, said, so excited, great news, can't wait for some accumulation this year. Let it snow.
Oh, man.
I'm the same way. Like, I love snow during the winter.
Yeah.
If it's during the winter, it's fine. Give me that white Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a shame, Mark. Out there somewhere, there's probably some poor woolly bear caterpillar who could have told you this first snow was coming. But people like you chose to ignore its premonitions and disregard it as false prophet.
Hey, Meatball, there's a bird watching you outside the window.
Go away. 107.7 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
Yeah, Mark Frankhouse.
So next season, both Michigan and Michigan State play at USC at the Coliseum in L.A., and it's going to be the first time I think both of them make the trip to the Coliseum as Big Ten Conference opponents instead of for a bowl game to play in the Rose Bowl or whatever. But they have something to look forward to that a Penn State fan figured out this past week that is just French kiss.
French kiss.
French chef's kiss. I said the wrong thing. Chef's kiss here. I don't know. Maybe you're whatever. People have their own.
Maybe you really love football.
Yeah, exactly. USC has a fan experience where you can pay somewhere between, I think it's like $1,400 and $1,800 to run out on the field at the Coliseum with the team when they're introduced before the game. So like all the fireworks and the flames and the steam cannons and stuff, or all the pomp and circumstance, all that's going on, and you get to be a part of that, which is really cool. One catch though, there are no real requirements that you must be a USC fan to take part in this.
Huh.
Last week, a Penn State fan realized this and took advantage of it. At Realtor Jordan Mott on Instagram, bought himself one of these fan packages, made the trip from Happy Valley to the Coliseum, and rushed out on the field with the Trojans, decked out head to toe in Nittany Lions blue and white.
That is great.
And we have this video from when he did it now on the 107.7 RKR app and at WRKR.com. This is the most epic troll I have ever seen. So Big Ten doing it right. Their new opponents in the conference, welcome them in the right way.
It's funny because you were saying this and I was like, oh man, that'd be kind of funny. Like if you wear like a U of M jersey underneath, their home team jersey and then rip it off before. But
you don't even have to do that.
You don't even have to do that. You don't even have to conceal your identity.
USC is just like, take my money. Oh, you're a Nittany Lions fan? You're a Wolverines fan? Whatever.
So cool.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Again, if you want to see this guy's video of him running out onto the field with the team, it is great. WRKR.com. Go watch that. It's also worth noting both Michigan and Michigan State again play at the Coliseum next year. And from what I'm seeing, there is no limit on the number of people who can buy this package. It's not a one-person thing. Like as many people want to buy it as they can. So it can be a bunch of people that do this. How awesome would it be if the Trojans run out on the field and they are followed by a wall of Wolverine fans behind them?
It seriously looked like a war, like they were under attack.
And that is exactly what we're going for here, Mark.
Out of the deepest corners and the darkest ends of this world. From the Michigan Dogmen to Bigfoot, the Melonheads of Allegan County, and people from Ohio. This is Weird Ass Wednesday.
They're wilding out there in Germany. Police in Germany are looking for a suspect, and they actually know who he is.
Okay.
For recently breaking the law for speeding.
Oh.
Now, apparently, they're very strict about speeding over there.
Yeah.
They
very much so.
don't play any games. The suspect that they're looking for was traveling at 60 miles an hour. That's 7 over the speed limit on September 20th on a highway in Dortmund. As police spokesman Peter Banderman said in a statement, they're looking for Cookie Monster. The suspect was dressed as the Sesame Street character Cookie Monster. In fact, they have police footage and camera footage of the guy wearing the Cookie Monster costume. Police spokesman Peter Banderman said the fun of wearing a mask from the Muppet Show can quickly turn serious. This costume severely limits the field of vision and therefore significantly increases the risk of an accident. The consequences of a serious accident caused in this way can be much more serious than the fine. Now, the car is registered to a 57-year-old man from Hagen.
Yeah.
And if he's caught, he would face a fine of 40 euros. That's about $44 USD. It's a pretty cheap, traffic violation.
Yeah.
But as the police detective said, he's like, it's not going to help the relatives of someone who was killed if the person responsible tearfully regrets the fun of wearing a mask in court.
Who's to say that wasn't the real Cookie Monster, though? It could have been the reason he was speeding was because he was nomming down the highway and just, couldn't see his speedometer.
I'm not going to say you're a psycho. But can you imagine that court sentence? How do you plead, sir? I'm sorry, can you speak up? Me guilty of wanting cookie. Yeah, take your ass to jail.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Like to be able
Yeah.
to drive a car, luckily not kill anybody, and only get a $44 fine. And this has gone viral. Like
Right.
this picture, if you look up Cookie Monster Germany, it comes right up. It's freaking hilarious.
But it is irresponsible for Cookie Monster to do that because do you know how many cookies you can buy with $44? Quite
quite a
few.
bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm sorry, Cookie Monster. You're a detriment to yourself in this scenario. So at the very least, obey the speed limits just so you can afford more cookies to nom 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 nom.
I was going to say $44, it's good enough for me.
Absolutely. Hey, good enough for everyone else too. And they have some great dessert pizzas that even Cookie Monster might like outside of his cookies. BC Pizza, our good friends up there on West Main. If you have not tried their the cherry cobbler pizza, the
blueberry
blueberry
cobbler
one,
is
the
my-
blueberry cobbler pizza. Oh man, even Cookie Monster would change out his chocolate chip cookies for those. They've also got some great pizzas as well. Big popular one is the Cuppy pepperoni pizza, their ultimate pepperoni, the meat pizza, and of course the number one seller outside of cheese and pepperoni, the pickle pizza. Our good friends at BC Pizza. Go check them out up there on West Main. Have some wonderful pizza from our friends Chris and Zoe up there. Tell them we said hi. Also, tell them to send us a slice. We're 107.7 RKR. It is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Well, I think we can all agree, no matter what side of the aisle you land on for politics, we're all getting kind of tired of seeing nothing but political ads
Oh
on everything.
my God, I can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah, leading up to this election in a few weeks. And we cannot wait for this to be over so we can go back to seeing, talking geckos and strange celebrity endorsements again on our TVs, before timeout. One place, though, that I genuinely thought would be a safe haven from political ads turns out not so much. Porn sites.
Oh, God.
One of the platforms that the GOP in particular is running on, and they have mentioned it several times, is limiting or eliminating online porn accessibility in one form or another. And the porn industry is not happy about that. So they have taken to allowing political ads on their platforms.
Boy, I can't think of anything else that would get me in the mood.
According to the New York Times, 17 pornographic film actors and actresses have launched a six-figure campaign on porn sites alone that warn about a blueprint that could potentially ban pornography and maybe even imprison people who produce it. I wonder if maybe some of that's a little bit of a stretch, but, scare tactics and politics, all that good stuff. We have already seen some states that require identity registration to enter some sites, which means you have to give up your full real name, your address, your phone number, all that kind of stuff. I think Indiana actually just passed something like that. So not good. Nobody wants to give that information up on a porn site. So specifically, if you're watching porn in Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and yes, in Michigan, there's a good chance you're going to see political ads before your porn.
I'm glad I do not have that issue. I am so glad that I am not one of the people out there who are going to have to experience and go through this.
Listen, no shame to anybody, who that's a part of their lives. It is what they, different people like different things and
Different
have
strokes for different folks.
Literally, yes, exactly. But
What?
no, I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, this is God. It's ridiculous how far some of this stuff has gotten. There are more specifics on this if you want to read kind of what the campaign is directly targeting now at WRKR.com if you want to read up on that. But honestly, it's bad enough that we have to see these ads in and on everything at this point. I could have sworn the one safe haven for this would have been porn, but apparently no. And to your point earlier, it kind of defeats the purpose. I'm pretty sure, if you're in the mood, the last thing you want to see is a bunch of wrinkly old people pop up on your computer screen and talk politics,
Maybe you're into that. So, in effect, the campaign to stop people from stopping porn is actually stopping people from watching porn anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of contradictory there.